Good morning, Thailand. My name is Alex.
And I'm Jay.
And we have some news updates for you from around the land of smiles today, this Thursday, February 6th. Now, before we begin, please remember to subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all things Thailand. Now, today, we'll be talking about some updates regarding the repatriation of the Thai hostages released by Hamas, controversy and confusion over Thailand's new digital arrival card, and a little later, the impeachment of Sara Duterte in the Philippines. But first, back here in Bangkok, a missing British man has been found dead in the city. British man James Sangwine, 33 years old, was found dead in Bangkok after going missing during a holiday. His family lost contact with him after he went out on January 20th, and he was last seen heading to the abandoned mansion bar and restaurant. Sangwine was supposed to fly home on January 24th, but never boarded his flight. His family launched a fundraiser to bring his body back to the UK, quickly surpassing its £15,000 target, now reaching £21,000. Friends and family remember him as a lively and loving father, West Ham fan and storyteller. The UK Foreign Office is assisting his family, while Thai police have not yet released details on his death.
Yeah, mysterious. This story's been going around. Quite a few of my fellow expat friends also were asking me more details about this story, but we don't really know what happened.
Yeah, none to be given yet. Missing for 4 days. Obviously, they didn't go into panic mode until he was supposed to board his flight and wasn't there.
Yeah.
He was here with his partner as well, a little curious as to why he wasn't reported missing earlier.
Yeah.
And still no autopsy, so we don't really know exactly what happened, but hopefully the family can get some answers and we can figure out what the hell happened.
Yeah. We'll move on to our next story, which is regarding a Thai man throwing his ex-girlfriend downstairs and then threatening to share explicit videos. When love goes wrong in Thailand, this story is regarding a Thai man identified as Anusit violently attacked his ex-girlfriend in Rayong, throwing her down a 1.7-meter stairwell outside her workplace, causing a hip injury. After failing to reconcile, he stalked her for days and later took to social media offering explicit videos as a bounty for information on her whereabouts. The victim had ended their 6-year relationship due to his gambling addiction and violent behavior. Despite escaping his continued harassment, it's unclear if she has taken legal action. The disturbing case has sparked outrage online. Well, I hope she's taken some legal action.
Yeah, I mean, because if you don't, then, who's to say that he doesn't, first of all, continue doing this to you?
Yeah.
Or do this to somebody else eventually as well. Clearly, there's a pattern of behavior here that is very troubling.
Yeah.
And scumbag over and over again. All right, throws her down the stairs, stalks her, offers up explicit videos as a bounty for her whereabouts.
Yeah.
This is just absolutely monstrous behavior.
I mean, sounds like a psychotic person, but hey, look, he might be suffering from mental illnesses. Doesn't excuse what he did.
Yeah.
But we need to get a hold of this person and give them the proper help and restrict them from doing this again.
Proper help, proper punishment. I think a little bit of jail time will do him well. Yeah, I think this guy doesn't need to be coddled at this point. He's definitely caused a lot of misery. Anyways, on to our next story. So we've been talking a lot about the hostages that have been freed from Hamas. Well, they are set to return home on February 8th. 5 Thai nationals held hostage by Hamas for over a year are set to return home on February 8th, pending medical clearance. 1 Thai hostage remains unaccounted for, and efforts to secure their release continue. Thailand has been working diplomatically with Israel, Qatar, Turkey, Iran, Egypt, and the U.S. to facilitate negotiations. 2 Thai nationals have been confirmed dead, and their repatriation has been requested. Upon arrival, the freed hostages will receive moral and financial support. Thailand's role in ceasefire talks has been acknowledged by Israeli officials. So good news for some, unfortunate news for others. 1 still missing.
Yeah.
That there's they all should have been released by now. So it's probably fearing the worst, hoping for the best in that situation. But at least happy news for the ones that were released will be here this weekend. Yeah. So good news that saga has finally come to an end. I doubt justice will ever be something that they will get, but hopefully the support for reintegrating into society will be there.
Well, not unless Donald can do something about it, apparently.
I have my doubts. Stinking Rocket asks, I'm showing up late. Do you always start at the same time? We try to. Usually 9:30, 9:35
Almost
window.
Never.
Yeah, it's like a window that we're there.
Yeah, but around 9:35, we're pretty much on.
Yes.
And rambling.
Yes.
The actual show, it could be at 10. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, around 9:40, 9:45.
Yeah, it depends on the conversation. But just so you know, Stinking Rocket.
All right. We're going to move on to our next story. Some good news and bad news coming from Thailand's new digital arrival card, sparking confusion amongst travelers. Another day in Thailand, more confusion while entering the country. Thailand's new Thai digital arrival card, set to launch on May the 1st, is causing confusion among travelers due to unclear implementation details. Have they ever been to Thailand before? The TDAC will replace the TM6 entry card, requiring all foreign arrivals to submit an online form before traveling. However, Thai authorities have not yet disclosed the submission platform, how airlines will enforce compliance, or if TDACs can be completed upon arrival. There's speculation that it might double as a customs declaration form. With less than 2 months before rollout, travelers and airlines await urgent clarification to avoid travel disruptions. We were just talking about this the other day, that, hey, it's great news. You don't have to fill out that form anymore. If it gets lost, it might sometimes, just cause unnecessary headache. And now, they're never clear about anything. So why would they start here?
Yeah, I don't know. It seems like whenever there's a big shift in policy, especially in something that affects millions of people that come to Thailand every single year, there's going to be some hiccups, I think.
Some of those questions can be answered in the sense that, can you do it upon landing? Surely you probably can. You just could connect to the airport Wi-Fi, do the online form, because so many people get to immigration and they realize they didn't fill out that white sheet that the cabin crew was trying to give them while they were on the flight, so they're just filling it on the side. So I don't think that would be an issue.
We can figure it out, everybody.
We'll figure it out.
We're
gonna do it anyway.
Indeed, we are. All right. Anyways, moving on to our next story. Now, Thailand has destroyed, or is going to destroy, 27 tons of illegal drugs in an ONCB crackdown.
Oh.
Not the drugs, no. Thailand's Office of Narcotics Control Board, ONCB, will destroy over 27 tons of illegal drugs. They did yesterday, February 5th, as part of its crackdown on narcotics. The seized substances include methamphetamine, heroin, ketamine, cocaine, and ecstasy, confiscated in 151 cases over the past 2 months. Authorities have ensured transparency with scientific testing conducted before incineration. The drug destruction event, declared a national priority by the Prime Minister, will take place in Samut Prakan and be live streamed for public accountability, or I guess it was. Pardon me, I messed up the tense on that story. In any case, I can hear in our comments section, not the drugs. Like,
where are they burning them as well? I hope it's that. Remember, there was this one story going viral from Indonesia where they were burning all this marijuana and the smoke went into the village and everyone was just like, woo!
Good question. Hopefully, people in hazmat suits are not going to be tripping out.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to ingest heroin air.
Yeah, especially if you're mixing them all together. That's
cocaine,
quite a cocktail.
probably more enjoyable. Allegedly.
Don't smoke any of these drugs,
Just
guys.
Saying. Just saying.
Our official advice is don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs. The Thaiger does not condone the usage of drugs.
Indeed.
And drinking alcohol. But become a semi sort of celebrity and they just give it to you for free wherever you go. I'm just saying.
Speak for yourself.
Allegedly.
In any case, pretty wild to me that this was 27 tons confiscated in the last 2 months.
Yeah.
So that is a lot of police activity and a lot of black market value just gone. In this case, crime is not paying.
Crime doesn't pay.
Yeah. Anyways,
that's actually not true, but never mind.
I mean, it sure does. Good morning, Richard C. Adventures Foreign and Domestic. Thank you for coming in. And rock trip on this. All good.
All right.
Better late than never.
Here we go. We're going to move on to our next story, which is regarding, of course, the one and only 3 foreigners caught in Phuket for illegal motorcycle modifications.
Yeah.
Here we go. Some more news regarding foreigners being a little naughty. 3 foreigners were caught in Phuket for illegal motorcycle modifications during a police checkpoint near the Holiday Inn Resort. A 29-year-old Frenchman and 2 Russian nationals were stopped for installing illegal accessories and excessively loud exhaust pipes. I guess they're going to have to round up thousands of foreigners and Thais in Bangkok if they start looking around. But the motorcycles, a Yamaha T-Max, Honda CB 650R, and Kawasaki Z1000 violated Thai traffic laws. They were taken to the Kaurang police station and may face fines of up to 2,000 baht for vehicle altercations and 1,000 baht for exceeding noise limits. Police have not yet disclosed the final penalties.
Yeah.
Standard exhaust.
These are your people. You and your
Yeah.
loud motorcycles. Yeah.
Whoa.
Apparently, there's a limit, and it can't go too far.
Everyone I know, literally everyone I know, has a modified exhaust.
Oh,
Yeah.
look at you, you snitch.
No,
Like, I
I'm just
can't-
saying. I'm just saying. Like, so I've actually thought about this. I'm more afraid to drive my motorbike in Phuket than I am in Bangkok. And I'll tell you why. 2 reasons. One, there's a lot more. And by a lot, I mean a lot more checkpoints in Phuket.
sure,
It's a much smaller island, obviously, but I know where the checkpoints are, but sometimes you just can't avoid them. So there are regular checkpoints. There's a lot of checkpoints. Secondly, they are adamant on cracking down on illegal motorbike exhausts and parts. I don't know why. They'd rather let people drive without helmets. That's a whole nother thing. But illegal exhaust, no can do.
They stop them down there for the helmet thing a lot
No
too.
can do.
But yeah, in any case, yeah, be careful if you are modifying your bikes.
I say
you
do
could
it.
get in
Live a
trouble.
little. Who wants to have a stock exhaust? Who?
I just don't get this culture. Anyways, that'll do it for our
The
Thailand.
Tiger does not condone the usage of aftermarket exhausts.
You are endorsing a whole lot of things we shouldn't be endorsing today. Good God. All right, guys. Well, that'll do it for our Thailand section of the news. Now we are going to be heading on to the ASEAN section where, hold on, I got to put on a bit of a serious face because we have a bit of a tragic story coming out of Cambodia. 2 have been killed in a Phnom Penh nightclub fire. A fire at Phnom Penh's Midnight Premier Club killed 2 workers and injured 5 others on February 4th. The blaze started around 10:45 a.m. with firefighters taking over 3 hours to extinguish it. Authorities suspect the fire was caused by welders repairing metal inside the club who fled the scene when the fire broke out. The club owner has been summoned for questioning. The 5 injured victims are receiving treatment while the deceased remain at a Buddhist pagoda awaiting identification. Fire-related deaths in Cambodia have increased with 60 fatalities in 2024.
Wow.
Yeah, so this has been an ongoing issue in not just Cambodia and many parts of Southeast Asia.
Yeah, I mean, it happens in Thailand every couple of years now.
Yeah, not a lot. Like fire codes are definitely not up to the standards that we're used to in Western countries, and electrical fires break out. In this case, it appears allegedly that this was welders who were doing some repairs. It was a nightclub, right? This happened in the morning, so fortunately, it was not so many people inside. But the fact that these guys potentially started a fire, then just ran away and didn't tell anybody is what made this a particularly tragic event. So I'd be curious to know what kind of punishment they would be facing for their negligence in that situation if they are proven to have been negligent, that is.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll move on to our next story around ASEAN. We're going to go to Philippines, where the Philippine lawmakers vote to impeach Vice President Sara Duterte. The Philippines House of Representatives have voted to impeach Vice President Sara Duterte over corruption allegations and a claim that she threatened to have President Marcos assassinated. Duterte denies wrongdoing, calling it a political vendetta in an escalating feud between the Marcos and Duterte dynasties. The case now moves to the Senate, where conviction would remove her from office and bar her from running for president in 2028. The rift stems from differences on foreign policy and domestic governance, with Marcos shifting closer to the U.S., reversing her father's pro-China and hardline drug policies.
Yes. So these are the 2 political dynasties. Marcos Jr., whose father was the leader and quote-unquote dictator of the Philippines for a very long time. Duterte could also be argued as potentially a strongman leader who did tons of extrajudicial killings in the Philippines.
Went extra hard on the war on drugs.
Indeed. So there's still conflicts, of course, between these 2 families, who are essentially the 2 sons of with the gravitational pull in Philippine politics. Now, with impeachment and Senate approval awaiting for this, that could disqualify her, and this could lead to an eruption of protests across the country because she still has millions of followers over there. So a curious case, and we'll keep our eye on it to see exactly what the results will be as this bitter feud continues. Let's get into the next story because I have my own thoughts on that. Anyways, moving on. We got a curious case here coming out of Malaysia. Actually, it's about an influencer. So a Malaysian influencer, Eyka, has been missing in Bandung forest after reports of paranormal activities.
Spooky.
Malaysian influencer Eyka, 22 years old, has gone missing in a Bandung forest after participating in paranormal activities on February 3rd. She was part of a 7-person group led by her friend Amar Nazan, who noticed her disappearance around 2 a.m. A police report was filed 48 hours later, and villagers, police, and the army have since joined the search. Eyka was the only woman in the group and was reportedly on her menstrual cycle, which some believe may have spiritual significance in local folklore. Her family has been notified, but no updates have been received.
Spooky stuff, man. Why are you going late night forest messing with spirits?
Indeed, that of course also strange. She was the only girl in this group. That always makes me nervous.
I hope that it's also not like a publicity stunt. But let's wait for more information to find out before we just start speculating.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
This could be tragedy, but you're right. It also could be that. I mean, they are influencers messing with some weird, creepy stuff. That is something that would be done for attention in many cases, but hopefully she will be found and she is okay. And it's just that. But otherwise, I want to know what was going on over there. Sounds like a real-life horror movie. Well, on to our last story of the day. You got it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Our last story today is regarding a flu vaccine demand surges in Taiwan following Barbie Sue's death. Following the death of Taiwanese actress Barbie Sue from influenza-related pneumonia, flu vaccine demand has surged in Taiwan. Hospitals quickly ran out of doses with only 200,000 remaining from this year's 6.78 million supply. The Taiwanese CDC reported a record-high flu case surge with 132 deaths this season, 90% unvaccinated. Similar trends are seen in Hong Kong, with flu shot inquiries jumping 30%. The H1N1 strain is driving outbreaks globally, prompting urgent vaccination efforts in Taiwan, Japan, and Europe to protect high-risk groups like the elderly and children.
Yeah, so this story is making huge waves around all of Asia and around the world. So Barbie is very, very popular actress, and not only that, it has to do with her love life. So basically, there was some story about how she didn't change her phone number. She gave her phone number to some guy, and then 23 years later, he found out, oh wait, this is famous. Do I know that girl? I remember. And he finally found her number, called her. She hadn't changed her number in 23 years.
Wow.
And then they ended up getting married.
What? Really?
Yeah. So
is that the story?
That is the
real?
story. Yes, it's real. So it's a very, very beautiful, romantic story that really captured the imaginations of people all over Asia.
Barbie Sue.
They would have been together for 3 years. I think they made it up to 4 days before her death. That would have been 3 years, 4 days later.
I see.
So now there's controversies about all sorts of were they together long enough for inheritance, that kind of thing. But the point is, she was young, definitely too young to die from the flu, and that is definitely driving a whole lot of people to be like, Jesus, it's gonna happen to her.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen to me. So get your flu shots, people.
Yeah, I think when celebrities pass away with diseases that can be survived from, they're like, oh wait, if this rich person, famous person who probably had great health care and the money to pay for all the medicine couldn't make it, who am I?
Right. Anyways, the people are definitely taking that message to heart and running out and causing a shortage of these flu vaccines now. So,
well, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. Those are some of the stories from across Thailand and around the ASEAN region. You can find more stories on thetiger.com and
ASEANnow.com.
That's Thailand's largest English forum. For now, we're going to dive into the live chat.
One last plug. If you are in Pattaya tomorrow, I will be doing the first Pattaya Night Live on Friday, February 7th, 8 p.m. at the Siam Hotel in Pattaya. So if you are there, I'm going to go ahead and post the ticket link into the chat right now. But you can go to megatix.com. You can find it over there. You can also follow leaflaughlove.com, on Instagram or on Facebook, excuse me. And stay up to date on all the shows I do here in Bangkok and now in Pattaya. So the empire grows.
Pattaya Night Live
and
all day.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you. Now we can get into the comments.